Welcome to the Grammar Mentor channel. Modal verbs in English grammar. Hey everyone! Welcome to our deep dive into modal verbs in English grammar. If you've ever wondered about words like can, must, or should and how they change the meaning of a sentence, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll explore what modal verbs are, how to use them correctly, and why they're so important for speaking and writing fluently. We'll cover their meanings, structures, tons of examples, and even common mistakes to avoid. Whether you're a beginner or polishing your English, this video will make modal verbs crystal clear. So, grab a notebook, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's dive in. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for more grammar tips. What are modal verbs? Modal verbs are special verbs that express ideas like ability, permission, obligation, possibility, or advice. They modify the main verb to add nuance to what you're saying. Unlike regular verbs, modal verbs have some unique traits. They don't change form, no s, ed, or ing endings. They're followed by the base form of the main verb, e.g., I can sing, not I can singing. They don't need auxiliary verbs like do in questions or negatives, e.g., can you help, not do you can help. The main modal verbs are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, and ought to. There are also semi-modals like have to, need to, and dare, which we'll touch on briefly. Let's break them down by their uses, with plenty of examples to make it clear. Uses of modal verbs. 1. Ability. Modal verbs like can, could, and be able to show what someone or something is capable of. Can. Present ability. Example, I can swim. I know how to swim. Example, she can speak 3 languages fluently. Could. Past ability or polite ability in the present. Example, when I was young, I could run very fast. Past ability. Example, could you help me with this? Polite request. Be able to. Used when modals don't fit, e.g., with other tenses. Example, I will be able to finish the project by tomorrow. Future ability. 2. Permission. Modal verbs like can, could, may, and be allowed to are used for asking or giving permission. Can, informal permission. Example, can I use your phone? Asking casually. Example, you can leave early today. Granting permission. Could, polite or formal permission, often for requests. Example, could I borrow your pen, please? May, formal permission or offering permission. Example, may I enter the room? Formal request. Example, you may start the exam now. Formal granting. 3. Obligation and necessity. Modal verbs like must, have to, need to, and ought to express duties or requirements. Must, strong obligation, often from the speaker's perspective or rules. Example, you must wear a seatbelt. It's the law. Example, I must finish this video script. Personal obligation. Have to, external obligation, e.g., from rules or someone else. Example, I have to submit my homework by Friday. Teacher's rule. Need to, necessity but less strong than must. Example, you need to drink water to stay hydrated. Ought to, moral or recommended obligation. Example, you ought to apologize for being late. It's the right thing to do. 4. Advice. Should and ought to are used to give advice or recommendations. Should, general advice. Example, you should study every day to improve your English. Example, we shouldn't eat too much sugar. Ought to, similar to should, but slightly more formal. Example, you ought to visit your grandparents more often. 5. Possibility and probability. Modal verbs like may, might, could, and will express likelihood. May/might, possibility, similar, but might suggests less certainty. Example, it may rain this afternoon. Possible. Example, she might come to the party. Less certain. Could, possibility or hypothetical situations. Example, it could snow later. Possible but not certain. Will, certainty or strong prediction. Example, the sun will rise tomorrow morning. Certain. 6. Requests and offers. Can, could, will, and would are used for polite requests or offers. Can, informal request. Example, Can you pass the salt? Could / would, polite requests. Example, could you help me with my homework? Example, would you mind closing the window? Will, offering or promising. Example, I will carry your bags for you. Offer. Quick tip. The choice of modal verb depends on the situation's formality and the speaker's intention. For example, could you help is more polite than can you help. Modal verbs in different tenses. Modal verbs themselves don't change form, but we can express different tenses using semi-modals or other structures. Present. Can, I can play the guitar. Must, you must finish your homework. Past. Could, past ability or possibility. Example, I could swim when I was 5. Had to, past obligation, replaces must in the past. Example, I had to attend a meeting yesterday. Might have / could have, past possibility. Example, she might have forgotten the meeting. Possible in the past. Example, we could have won if we tried harder. Future. Will, future intention or prediction. Example, I will help you tomorrow. Will have to, future obligation. Example, you will have to submit the report by Monday. Might / could, future possibility. Example, it might rain later. Note, some modals like must and ought to don't have direct past or future forms, so we use alternatives like had to or will have to. Negatives and questions with modal verbs. Modal verbs are easy to use in negatives and questions because they don't need do / does. Negatives. Add not after the modal verb. Can't, I can't come to the party. No ability / permission. Shouldn't, you shouldn't smoke. Advice against. Mustn't, you mustn't touch the wet paint. Prohibition. Might not, it might not rain this afternoon. Possibility of not happening. Questions. Invert the subject and modal verb. Can you drive? Asking about ability. Would you like some tea? Polite offer. Might I ask a question? Formal request. Will you be there tomorrow? Future intention. Quick tip. Be careful with mustn't prohibition versus don't have to no obligation. Example, you mustn't run in the hallway, it's forbidden, versus you don't have to run, it's not necessary. Here are some common mistakes learners make with modal verbs. Adding s or ing to modals. Incorrect, she can swim, / I am musting finish this. Correct, she can swim, / I must finish this. Using do with modals. Incorrect, do you can help me? Correct, can you help me? Confusing must and have to. Incorrect, I must go to the party, but I don't want to. Implies personal obligation. Correct, I have to go to the party. External obligation. Misusing mustn't versus don't have to. Incorrect, you mustn't do your homework. Implies prohibition. Correct, you don't have to do your homework. Optional. Overusing will for future. Incorrect, I will probably come later. Too certain. Correct, I might come later. Possibility. Pro tip. Always think about the meaning you want to convey, ability, permission, obligation, etc., and match the modal to the context and formality. Conclusion and call to action. That's it for our guide to modal verbs. You've learned their uses, ability, permission, obligation, advice, possibility, plus how to form negatives, questions, and avoid common mistakes. Keep practicing, and you'll be using modals like a pro in no time. Drop your own sentences with modal verbs in the comments. I'd love to check them out. If you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with friends. Check out our grammar channel, The Grammar Mentor, for more lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.